Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this lecture, we will learn about drugs used for hypothyroidism. What is hypothyroidism? Hypothyroidism is a syndrome which results from deficiency of thyroid hormone and will manifest largely by a reversible slowing down of all body functions, and in infants and children there is striking retardation of growth and development that results in dwarfism and irreversible mental retardation. The main causes of hypothyroidism are mentioned here. Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which occurs due to autoimmune destruction of thyroid, and drug induced when there is blockage of hormone function, and dyshormonegenesis means there is impaired synthesis of T4 due to enzyme deficiency. Radiation induced means when radiations are used or destruction or removal of gland, and we use radiation in that case. Congenital or cretinism occurs when there is atheriosis or ectopic thyroid, iodine deficiency, or there is TSH receptor blocking antibodies. Secondary means due to TSH deficiency, may be due to pituitary or hypothalamic disease. Hypothyroidism can occur with or without thyroid enlargement, that is known as goiter. The laboratory diagnosis of hypothyroidism in the adults is easily made by the combination of a low free thyroxine and elevated serum TSH. These are different thyroid preparations which are used in case of hypothyroidism: levothyroxine, leothyronine, and Leotrix. But the most satisfactory preparation is levothyroxine, administered as either a branded or generic preparation. Treatment with combination levothyroxine plus leothyronine has not been found to be superior to levothyroxine. So levothyroxine is preferred all the time. As I have already told you that preparation of choice for the treatment of hypothyroidism is levothyroxine, which contains T4. Why it is a preparation of choice? Because it is a stable product, content uniformity, it has low cost and lack of allergenicity, and lab measurements are easy. Once daily dosing we have to give. An infant dose of levothyroxine is 10 to 15 microgram per kg per day, and for adult it is 1.7 microgram per kg per day. It should be administered on an empty stomach. The toxicity of thyroxine is directly related to the hormone level. In children, restlessness, insomnia, and accelerated bone maturation and growth may be signs of thyroxine toxicity. While in adults, increased nervousness, heat intolerance, episodes of palpitation and tachycardia, and unexplained weight loss may be the presenting symptoms. If these symptoms are present, it is important to monitor serum TSH, which will determine whether the symptoms are due to excess thyroxine blood levels, and chronic overtreatment with T4, particularly in elderly patients, can increase the risk of atrial fibrillation and accelerated osteoporosis. Now we will discuss some special problems which we have to face while managing a case of hypothyroidism. If someone has mixed edema and coronary artery disease, especially it occurs in older patients, it is often associated with underlying coronary artery disease. In this situation, the low levels of circulating thyroid hormone actually protect the heart against increasing demands that could result in angina or myocardial infarction. So, correction of mixed edema must be done cautiously to avoid provoking arrhythmias. If coronary artery surgery is indicated, it should be done first prior to correction of mixed edema. Mixed edema, is an end state of untreated hypothyroidism. It is associated with progressive weakness, stupor, hypothermia, hypoventilation, hypoglycemia, hyponatremia, water intoxication, shock, and death. Mixed edema coma is a medical emergency. The patient should be treated in the intensive care unit since tracheal intubation and mechanical ventilation may be required. Associated illnesses such as infection or heart failure must be treated by appropriate therapy. So how we will manage a case of mixed edema coma? The patients have large pools of empty T3 and T4 binding sites that must be filled before there is adequate free thyroxine to affect tissue metabolism. So the treatment of choice in mixed edema is to give loading dose of levothyroxine intravenously. Usually it is 300 to 400 microgram initially and followed by 50 to 100 microgram daily. IV T3 can also be used but may be more cardiotoxic and more difficult to monitor. So still levothyroxine is a drug of choice in case of mixed edema coma. Intravenous hydrocortisone is indicated if the patient has associated adrenal or pituitary insufficiency but is probably not necessary in most patients with primary mixed edema. Opioids and sedatives may be used with extreme caution. Hypothyroidism and pregnancy. Hypothyroid women frequently have anovulatory cycles and therefore very difficult for her to conceive. But if it happened, then what we have to do? In many hypothyroid patients, an increase in the thyroxine dose about 30 to 50% is required to normalize the serum TSH level during pregnancy. Because of the elevated maternal thyroxine binding globulin levels and therefore elevated total T4 levels, adequate maternal thyroxine dosage warrant maintenance of TSH between 0.5 to 3 milliunits per liter and the total T4 at or above the upper range of normal. What is subclinical hypothyroidism? Subclinical hypothyroidism is defined as an elevated TSH level and normal thyroid hormone level. It is found in 4 to 10% of the general population but increases to 20% in women older than age 50. The consensus of expert thyroid organization concluded that thyroid hormone therapy should be considered for patients with TSH level greater than 10 milliunits per liter, while close TSH monitoring is appropriate for those with lower TSH elevation. Drug-induced hypothyroidism can be satisfactorily managed with levothyroxine therapy if the offending agent cannot be stopped. In the case of amiodarone-induced hypothyroidism, levothyroxine therapy may be necessary even after discontinuance. As you know, amiodarone has a very long half-life. So in this lecture we have discussed causes and management of hypothyroidism and management of hypothyroidism in special conditions. So in the next lecture we will discuss hyperthyroidism.